What is up, boners? Welcome back to Boneheads, episode 7.
It's your boy, Young Mayo, Fisty Swift 11, the real Will Howard. Let's go.
Let's go. What a week.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good week. Shit, when did we build it? Chloe and I went to Zoom. Well, we went on a date. When was that?
4 days ago?
Wow,
When
you
did
don't
we
even
build the
remember,
skateboards?
bro.
Saturday?
That's crazy,
Something
bro.
like that.
Huh?
It was Friday, maybe.
That's crazy.
Was it Friday?
I think.
No.
Was it Wednesday? Something?
Right. Yeah, I think it was earlier in the week. Maybe it was Wednesday. But yeah, we went on a date, we went to dinner, and then we went to Zoomies to build our skateboards, which are sick as fuck. I'll put a video of that in the podcast.
It's so sick.
Oh yeah. $200 pretty much dollars for each skateboard. That was fun. It was a good day. And then the other day we went riding, walked this town. I don't know why. That was a bad idea. It was way too fucking hot. And then went to McDonald's. That hurt my stomach. You and David picked us up. Thank God for that. Because I would have not made the walk back to the house.
Yeah.
And then we went to the park and went in the river. That was that day.
Sounds like a fun time.
It's a fun time. Then yesterday we went out. We got our tattoos.
I was not here. I was doing my wrestling training, so
Yep.
I missed out on the fun day. Although I didn't have money for food anyway, so I was just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
True.
Josh paid for mine because it was a birthday gift.
Yep.
We could,
Only $100. Crazy.
you know, I don't think you explained that you got tattoos.
I did. I just
Did
said
he
we
just say
went
that?
out to get tattoos.
Oh, you
Yesterday.
should probably showcase those to the camera.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll put pictures of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not about to just jump over.
You
there.
should explain it.
Yeah,
so
you can
that-
see Josh's.
You should definitely explain what they are, so that way when the pictures pop up, they'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
100%. So, Josh, you can explain yours. I'll put yours up there first.
Well, I'm like every white girl, and I have my zodiac symbol
Same.
on my body now.
So, I can't.
So I'm a Libra. So I have a scale, and there's a sun and a moon holding up candles that are lit, and then
Yeah.
candles eventually burn out.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Everyone
except me.
dies.
I'm built
Yep.
different.
So that's my life force.
You
It's in
sketched
that
it.
candle.
I could show the sketch too, but
Yeah.
you just sketched it.
Just
in
show
the
that picture I have.
Yeah. That's how I said it. You just sketched a picture of it on the way there in the car.
Oh, you did that on the way
Yes.
there. I
In
thought
the
this was something you had did a while back.
No, you could
I
just tell it's
sketched
the
it.
roughest
I
shit
literally
ever.
thought about it, and then I sketched it.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
'cause
probably
he didn't know
definitely
what-
made it easier for.
He didn't know what he
artists.
wanted.
Yeah. I was trying to make it in my head, what I
Right.
wanted. I was like,
She did a great job, though.
but I thought about it. I was like,
Turning it from that to that.
yeah.
Crazy.
It means good art.
He originally wasn't gonna get it that big, but
Yeah, it's
he just went with it.
it's
Takes up
sizable.
a good chunk of space.
Yeah, I mean that's my whole arm. That's like a whole all this.
Guess we ain't getting to sleep on that arm, brother.
Yeah.
A sleeve doesn't have to be a one-piece, two-piece sleeve. A sleeve is your arms are covered.
Yeah, but I
Like-
want a uniform sleeve on my right.
I don't.
Arm.
I want random tattoos filled in with a background.
I want
But you don't. You do want a theme. You want animation, and that's
No.
a theme.
That's not what he's saying. He wants one uniform tattoo as a
What do
sleeve.
you mean? Really?
I want one on my right arm to be one big tattoo.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
That's
one
what-
of
that's
the
what
really
people do.
big
It is
fancy
what people
pieces.
do.
I'm not a fan of that.
but I don't want that because there's so much.
I like
want.
different tattoos.
Well, I want a lot
collaboration.
of shit going on
Together.
in it. Do you remember my older sister's ex boyfriend when
Hell
you guys
no.
were over?
Hell
the
no.
white guy that was showed us his
I remember
tattoos.
him. He's cool, but I don't.
He had
we were
this-
talking about Lightning McQueen. He
Yeah.
wasn't there. It was only me
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you.
so he had a sleeve that had a lot of shit going
remember
on
the
in
day.
it, but there was a lot of connections.
That's why it's happening.
What?
Stop touching that. That's why we're getting the echo. That's why we're getting the echo.
Damn, that's
I didn't know it was
crazy.
touching.
It makes
know it was a touch
sense
thing.
why
Yeah, it's
we're
a
getting the
touch button.
echo
It's
because
not even
he's,
a button
he's
button.
switching it to headphones mid-podcast.
Oh,
Damn.
well, you didn't tell me
We
that.
figured
That's
out
your
why
fault.
we're having our audio issues
Oh,
now.
it makes
your fault.
sense now. That makes sense why it goes back because he just touches it again.
But yeah, this guy had a sleeve, Nathan, and my sister dated him for like all of a month, even though he's a pretty chill guy.
Technical.
And it was a sleeve that had a lot of shit going on in it, but it was all connected, and it had Jake the dog going down the entire sleeve.
Oh, that's
and
like
it-
stretched.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
and it was pretty cool.
I
'cause
don't remember his
it
tattoo.
had a lot of stuff connecting with each other in it, like all interacting, but it was basically a bunch of different tattoos interacting with each other, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
And I like that idea, or I like the one big uniform piece. I don't want just random shit with a background. I want stuff that's interacting with each other. So
That's
that way,
fine. That's just what I want.
like, I enjoy the idea of the tattoos are interacting and shit.
I'll have a tattoo interacting with another tattoo, and that'll be the crab with the sushi roll.
My left arm is just for the random bullshit, you know,
Mm.
random bullshit go, you know.
I'm the epitome of random bullshit, so that's what my arms are gonna be.
Yeah, and you're gonna explain your.
Yeah, I'll show it on the podcast as well. It's the dragon from Spirit Away, the Ghibli studio film. He's dope as fuck, and my Chinese zodiac's a dragon. So now I'm big, basic white. Got both my zodiacs, the crab and the dragon.
Do you think you should get it colored at some point?
Maybe, we'll see.
I think it's just it looks just like a dragon.
Personally,
It's hard to tell.
I
It's from Spirit Away.
want all my arms to be black and white with regards to tattoos, like grayscale. I don't know. I like the
You want it all grayscale?
yeah.
Really?
My back, not
So
necessarily.
you don't want any color tattoos?
My back, not necessarily, but like my arms, I want to just be pure gray. Because I think I don't know. I like the black and white art a lot. And I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's cool. I don't know.
Especially
I
if
like a
you're
little
gonna
bit of
keep
color,
getting
though.
shit like that.
this is the coolest tattoo I got.
Yeah,
I will say there's some issues with it. Like if you look at that little circle, it's uneven on the left side.
nothing's perfect.
Circles are gonna be
My
a little
crab,
uneven.
one of my
It's hard to
crab's
keep
eyes
circles
is like
perfect.
a bit bigger than the other. It
I
is
think
what it
there's
is.
also, I believe, a little bit of ink blowout at certain points. And if you look right here, the ink faded. So I might have to just get this line touched up just a little bit to get
Yeah,
that.
but you can get.
But then it'll probably cost me like $30 because I know a guy who can do it. Like it'll cost me like $20 or $30. So I could do that at any point when
Yeah,
it's fully
it
healed.
definitely looks like it's still healing.
It is because
It is
hand
still
tattoos take a
healing.
while. It seems to heal.
Yeah.
And you know, I've noticed there was ink blowout. Like this little circle had missing ink is what it looked like for a while. And then as it started healing more over this past week, the ink started fading back in to where it looked like it was missing, which is cool. And I'm very thankful for that because I was like, man, I really don't want to have to get all of the tattoo touched up.
No, yeah, you just gotta be careful picking on it.
Yeah, I don't really pick at it. The most I do is I'll give it like a little gentle rub if it's itching, just so that way like I'm not scratching at it. You know?
I had to pick at my crab a bit because my hairs were coming back in, but they were coming back ingrown, and they would sit underneath of the tattoo.
Mine doesn't itch.
So I had to get the hairs out of the skin.
It's gonna probably itch when the skin starts flaking.
They also had to shave my hair here, so it's
Yeah.
gonna. go back
You might
here.
have some razor burn.
like.
I got
Canda's gonna be.
like bad razor burn on my
It
chest.
sucks though because when your hairs are growing back underneath a tattoo, that ink is so solid that they get trapped, and then it creates a bump, and then the pus and everything. Then you gotta
But
pick.
I don't grow that much hair, anyways.
No, but
So it's not
I
gonna be
had
that
to
much
pull the
problem.
hair from out of the skin.
I had really bad
My arms are not that hair.
razor burn on my chest when they shaved my chest for the chest tattoo. That was real bad razor burn. It was like, I don't know why, because the lady that did my tattoo, well, she was kind of
Dude, when they
bitchy.
shave my arm, it's like butter.
You're-
It was very gentle.
The Appa tattoo. It doesn't even seem like your hair's grown back.
I got
there.
it waxed right there from Kelsey, so
Oh,
and it's
okay.
still not grown back in yet. Nor is my leg where it was waxed. So
No, okay.
waxing kills hair for a
She
while.
does a wax and she rips off the tattoo.
Yeah, I told her to do it on the tattoo since it was fully healed, and I was like, I kind of just want like to see what it's like with fresh skin right over the tattoo. So she did just a little thing covering the tattoo. Also getting waxed fucking hurts, Nathan. You know about that.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Not a pleasant experience.
No, especially when it's not done by professionals.
But I will say, yeah, the whole past week, interesting time. I think for everyone.
Yeah.
unique experience all around. I mean,
Yeah, like just on the internet.
yeah,
What an interesting week.
but I don't know. Did you guys do anything interesting Friday or no?
No, I worked and then I came home, and then that's when she was getting sick.
Mm.
And we went out for a drive, and then her medicine kicked in by the time we got to Montreux. So I told her to pull over, switch seats, and drove back home.
Yeah. Thursday, I went out with David.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
Thursday.
That's when we went to the
Oh, okay,
river.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, I guess.
Went out to get. What did we do? Oh, we went to to a mall. That was all outside.
Yeah.
Rich People's Mall.
Well,
Yep.
I guess I could talk about my Friday was fun. More depressing. But so I, last day of the summer program at work with the kids, we served over, I think it was 83 kids, unique different kids throughout the summer.
Was unique implied.
Like it means that kids that just showed up, even if it was only one time, like different kids.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
We capped out our numbers one day with regards to attendance at 59, apparently.
Damn.
Which, by the way, has never been done for a first-year program in the Boys and Girls Club. So our site was looking pretty fucking strong. We came out swinging
Yeah.
because this is the first year of this county's site.
Yeah.
And it hadn't even been a full year since the program started. It'll be a full year in like September. So, I think we did pretty good. My boss, Heather, she thinks we did pretty fucking good. And
That's good.
Everyone's pretty proud of us. I will say they still discriminate against us with the other sites. Like they treat the other sites much better. But we proved that we're really good at our jobs, which is cool. But so, and we started this carnival thing at the main like headquarters location, right? And we started that, and that was pretty cool. We had these booths set up, like a ring toss that me and Richie made, who's my supervisor. We made a ring toss. There was like the matching duck game. There was a little putt-putt golf. If you hit it straight into the hole, the kids would get a prize. There was like darts, paper airplane darts. There's a bunch of cool shit. Our kids were very well behaved even though they were mixing with kids from the other counties.
Yeah.
They were the most well behaved out of all of them, which is crazy because sometimes
That's
those kids
crazy.
don't feel well behaved. But when you compare them to the kids from the other sites, we got compliments from all the rest of the staff from the other sites, and they were just like, yeah, your kids are like wonderful. And I'm like, yeah, because what's crazy is us staff actually interact with our children, and you guys just sit there on your phones. So maybe having a connection with the kids helps out a lot. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thought. But then the end of the day comes, very emotional because people aren't coming back after the summer program for the after school program. Some people were only here for the summer, moving back with their families out of state. Other people, their parents just said they don't got the time or whatever bullshit. And people were crying before they left. And then it was time for me to clock out, and people were crying that I was leaving and they're not going to see me again. And then I started crying in my car on my way home. Like 3 separate times I cried on the way home. It was really sad. I'm hoping 2 of my favorites, these 2 siblings, I hope those girls come back because they do live in the county and there would be no reason why they couldn't. And if they don't, I'm going to call their dad with our work phone and be like, hey, are your daughters coming back to the club? Because I know you said they probably will, and I just want to be sure. And I'm going to make it seem like it's just work oriented. No, I just want those girls to come back because they're fucking awesome. And they're basically like little sisters because they're really chill. And there's just I don't know, there's some kids that are pretty cool to talk to because they're not just assholes.
Yeah.
And talking to kids and seeing when they're not assholes, how their little brains work is so much fun and fascinating. Because it's I don't know what the fuck the youth do these days except the fucking retarded shit they watch on YouTube. I don't know how the fuck they think.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting.
Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
And those kids would defend me till the day I die. They've defended me against Tara time and time again. And they've defended me against other staff members and shit like that. And against other kids, they'll back me up as if I'm the coolest staff. And I'm like, yeah, those are my ride or dies right there, man. I gotta back them up. And I don't know. It was sad because I'm gonna miss them a lot. And yeah, I guess that's the problem of working with kids is when you get attached and then they move on with their lives. You know, it kind of just sucks.
Oh yeah, like as a teacher.
Yeah, like a teacher, I don't think I could be a teacher because I know
It's
every year,
single year.
every year that a class graduates, dude, would
You're
kill
gonna
me.
just see a new.
You'll see them in the halls. Though.
No, but I'm talking about like the graduating
You're not gonna be
classes
talking
though
to
and
them,
shit.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
kill
yeah,
me.
them graduating. If you were like a 12th grade teacher,
Yeah,
and they
like a
graduate
high school
every
teacher and shit,
single year.
you're gonna lose some of like because those are older kids too, so you can become really close with them and really just grow to talking to them, and that would really fucking suck, you know, because it would be like, damn, there goes like people that
why
I saw every
Every time I see
fucking
Miss
day.
Jones, dude, I get so excited.
Also, they're like, I mean, like if they're like seniors and stuff, they're basically adults at that point.
Yeah, they're pretty much adults, and it's like, well, damn, that makes it worse because they basically became not really friends, but like little like people you're trying to guide in life, and then you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen
But they
until
also
later
are
in
just
life.
not saying random stuff mostly, I guess. But I don't know. You can actually have like a conversation with them.
Yeah, and that's why I grow attached to like the 13-year-old and her little sister is 12 because they're not the youngest. And they're some of the oldest, and they don't just say random gibberish like the 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I'm able to actually keep up conversations with them
Yeah.
about even like more, like because you know we had a staff member who doesn't work there anymore, and he revealed that I vape to the children, and you know they were talking to me about it, and I gave them the adult conversation of yeah, it's bad for you, don't do it. You know, like I wouldn't suggest getting addicted to it because all it does is cost money and make you cough. It's not really fun. It just tastes pleasant, I guess, but so does candy, and that's much less bad for you. And that's what I told them. I was like, there are other things that taste great that aren't as bad for you and that cost less money. So,
Yeah.
And-
a money.
Nasty.
but my Haley, I'm not going to say her last name. Obviously, it's a very generic name. Haley, she was the 13-year-old girl, and she would always give me gum, 2 pieces of gum every day. One in the morning and one after lunch since, you know, I spit out my gum by lunchtime. And eventually I started calling her my dealer or my plug. And then I remember one time she came up to me because she stopped getting gum. And then I was like, you're a bad dealer. And then she's just like, I am not. And I was like, well, you haven't supplied me for a week. And that's crazy because my real dealers supply me for 6 months at a time. And then I remember one time she came up to me and she was like, am I a good dealer? And I was like, I don't know, are you? And then she provided me like that gum you would get at parades and shit, the really big like bubble gum that you could blow the massive bubbles with. Yeah,
Hubba
that sort of
Hubba
gum.
Bubba.
Yeah.
That sort of gum.
Something like that.
The generic round ones with the yellow and shit. The yellow wrappers with the blue at the ends.
You just talking about the giant pink pieces of gum?
Not the round one that like rolls out, but like the pink pieces of gum that are in the little wrappers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that-
like
Hubba Bubba.
that thick.
No, but Hubba Bubba's like a brand name with an actual flavor.
Hubba Bubba is like the green with the red on the
And
inside.
it's like a square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that. I'm talking
We're
about
just
the little
talking about,
round
you know,
ones
your
that you unwrap.
generic big chunks of pink bubble gum
Yeah,
in the
that's
wrapper.
they also have Hubba Bubba that's like that at parades.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, well, either way, she said
So
that.
we're gonna throw that up on screen right now.
And then I said, oh, you're giving me that skunk ass.
What, you gonna look it up?
I'm curious.
I said, damn, you're giving me that
I'm telling
skunk
you,
ass
it's that.
gum
It's-
this
they throw it out
time.
at parades, and it's what he's talking about.
I told her, I was like, you're giving me that skunk gum this time, but it's better than nothing. So yes, I'm glad that you are now supplying me again. But I don't know, she was cool. She would flip me off, and then I would flip her off back, which I probably shouldn't admit to. But I mean,
Double bubble.
that's what it is, double bubble.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Double bubble.
Let me see.
Double Bubble.
Yeah, that brand.
Yeah. Double bubble.
Yeah.
That's Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, I guess I thought that was the same.
But Hubba Bubba's also that. Also those.
I think I thought that was the same
Yeah.
brand the
I
entire
haven't
time.
had Hubba
Because
Bubba.
it
Yeah,
has
you're talking about
similar
these.
name.
Yes, those.
Double bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
give us
thought that
this
was
shit
Hubba
before
Bubba.
an SOL test.
yeah.
Make you think it's gonna.
I thought that was Hubba Bubble until just this moment.
But I knew Hubba Bubba wasn't it because Hubba Bubba was the
That's
square,
crazy.
like,
Well, I thought it
soury
was the
ones.
same like company.
Ah, okay.
You know,
I mean,
Like,
it
I
might
thought
be
they made
owned by the
those
same
too,
giant
but-
company. Who
but-
knows?
Maybe.
but no, it's like a completely different name.
But yeah, I don't know. That's gonna suck because you know I had nicknames for a lot of those kids. You know, like
Gum is great for nicotine.
I called the girl Haley by her middle name, which she fucking hated.
I'd
But
also hate that.
but then I also saw her one day on her phone because the teens are allowed to use their phones playing an anime dress up game, and I called her out on that, and I was like, bro, that is so cringe. And I was like, I'm just going to start calling you anime dress up girl every time I see you. She was like, I will literally cry if you keep calling me that. Please just call me by my middle name at this point. And I was like, all right, you're giving me permission to call you by your middle name, which you hate, so you're gonna regret that decision. And then I just called her by.
It's two of the lesser evils. So.
And then I called her by her middle name. And I don't know. It was just. It's gonna suck because not having the best relationship with your family, and then you spend 8 hours a goddamn day with these kids, you know, from morning till evening, every fucking day, and then you grow attached because you're like, well, my family kind of sucks, but this is kind of basically a new family that I see every day. Even if they fucking annoy the shit out of me sometimes. And then not getting to see them anymore. It's kind of rough, you know? Because it's just like, well, damn. I wish that wasn't the case. And I wish things weren't like that. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? Yeah. Like, my hope is that, you know, they come back even if they get picked up early just to stay for a couple hours. Because, I mean, we've had kids that get picked up all the time early during the school year. And, I mean, I know their dad gets off pretty early, but, I mean, not too early. The club starts at, like, 3:05 or some shit. Mm-hmm. And if he gets there to pick them up at, like, 4:30, 5 o'clock, that's fine, you know? Like, I wouldn't complain. No one would complain, actually. It means we get to go home earlier. The more kids that get picked up early. But it would just be nice. And I know the hug that I'm going to give them if I see them and they come back is going to be, like, a big-ass bear hug. So
now your pay gets cut.
Now my pay supposedly gets cut because my goddamn project fund man, I don't know what the fuck her title is. She basically runs the goddamn company more than the CEO does, more than like the head honcho. She is the one you talk to about your hours, and I was supposed to be talking to her about hours so that way I could get like a solid 8 throughout the school year, or at least 7. And she told me call her Saturday, told me call her Sunday and shit like that, and then it turns out she was on vacation this weekend, but she said that it was going to be next weekend she's on vacation, so that was a fucking lie. Because I called her and she declined my fucking calls. And I was like first ring, even before the ring was fully done, it went to voicemail. And I was like, yo, this bitch, dude. Like, I was like, you're chill to hang out with, but damn, from a company perspective and a professional perspective, you're unprofessional.
Also, damn, didn't even look to see that we had gas.
What? No. Also, my dad said we didn't have gas because he told me today that he checked.
There's gas in there. There's gas in the thing.
In the lawnmower?
Not in the lawnmower.
There also should be gas in the lawnmower, but there's gas in the thing. That's mind-boggling.
But he said.
Why did you ask?
He said he'll come back and finish it this weekend.
But okay, so what is
Friday I also went to a party after work.
Yeah,
that was fun. I got the people to chop me in the chest, which, by the way, you can actually put those videos in here, like the end clips of those.
Oh, you have them?
You recorded them.
Oh, those. I thought you meant at the party.
No, I don't have those. Instead of firm.
Yeah, I want to hear that snap. Oh, that is firm. That's a firm slap.
That was the worst one so far. Leave your hand looser if you want a better sound.
I don't want a better sound.
He just wants to dick you.
Make sure you hit upper chest area. Try not to get the nipples.
Yeah.
Get his nipples.
Get the nipple, because that's gonna hurt.
I don't think I want to touch his nipple. Are you ready?
Yep.
Damn! I felt like a brick hit.
Dude, that was.
Don't flinch. Hey, 2 for flinching.
Next, let me get the fuck back.
I'm trying to do like Nathan Diggs. I'm trying to go like full force. I'm gonna go wild. Yep.
Oh! That was a good one.
Oh my!
That was definitely a good one.
The woman's head is gonna sting it all.
Oh wow!
The little kids.
This is him going back to the whole like a girl can't knock him out.
No, the little kids stunk. That was below my titties, bro.
I missed it.
I missed it.
I got it. All right, Josh, your turn. Go.
He's still going sideways.
Oh! God, I saw his titty bounce.
Probably a bit low, bro.
Yeah, Josh was a fucking suck.
You just slapped your nipple, dude.
You got but you were supposed to aim here.
It's right here.
But you got him here. Yeah, you're supposed to aim here.
So like 1. Alright, so you know.
She's laid on.
3.
But
Yeah, that's what I thought he was
Yeah.
talking about.
but you can show
It's like random people chopping you.
You could show
Hell
Jeremy
yeah.
chopping me and shit.
Yeah, I can show
And
that.
Josh
All of
chopping me and
us.
shit. And yeah, I mean, it was. Oh,
Will just likes to get chopped in the chest now because of wrestling training.
I love chopping people back, but no one is strong
not
enough to want to get chopped
chopping me.
back. And at the party,
No, I just don't want to get fucking chopped back.
And at the party, I expressed to people they can do it in front of everyone if they want, because, you know, we're off the clock. It's not against the rules. And Richie did it like twice or 3 times. And then this girl, Sarah, did it. That shit was weak as fuck. And I was like, hit me harder. Literally, for the love of God, this hurts less than when the kids have done it to me. Hit me fucking harder.
Man, it sounds like the joke.
Hit me harder.
Hit me.
And it didn't. She never really hit me harder. Like, she kept going, and I was like, okay, you just gotta stop. She hit me like 3 or 4 times, and I barely felt it. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't even think my chest is red from these ones. Then Richie's little brother, you know, one of my subordinates, he hit me. He was about as bad as the girl.
Really?
Yeah, and because he's not the strongest kid in the world. And I was like, dude.
Yeah, but
I was like, dude, he hit me hard. He was about to accept a chop back from me in the chest. And Richie was like, Max, for the love of God, do not take that offer. Do not get hit in the chest by Will. Do you see how big he is and how small you are? And he's like, you are our designated driver, dude. For the love of God, do not let him hit you and you get a cracked rib or something.
Man goes flying.
Or like you're just now out of commission for the rest of the night.
he just stops. You stop his breathing.
Like,
What were you gonna ask? Were you in the middle of asking him?
Nah, I was just gonna change the topic.
but yeah, so then one of the executives, the lady that runs the transportation department, her son was there, and he doesn't work there, but he's like 20. He said he would let me chop him back if he can chop me, and that was a big guy with big hands, and I was like, go for it, motherfucker, let's see what happens. And she was just like, hell no, you are not hitting Will. And I was like, Deborah, it's not that big of a deal, okay?
Big as
I'm
Jeremy?
trained. No, but it's just hands are big. Like, and he's a pretty swole dude, so he knocked the wind out of me a little bit when he did it, but, you know, I was already inebriated, so I was like, yeah, it is what it is. And then I did it back. I did the full hip rotation and everything, and he stumbled backwards. And then Richie was like, see, Max, that's why you definitely made a good decision by not letting him fucking do that to you. And Max was like, yeah, I'm actually very thankful for my older brother for once to protect me from this shit.
Yeah, you missed it yesterday, dude. Kelsey chopped him. That wasn't even that was like an actual chop though. Like she used like this part straight into his
Like
fucking
a
chest.
karate chop.
Yeah, just
That's fine.
no palm whatsoever.
And yeah, I mean, it was fun. Then I got invited to an after party. That I don't think anyone's very happy with my actions at the after party.
No,
Or after, I should say.
No.
But
You're dumb.
I drived a bit.
No, don't even say it. Don't even
This
say
is a word. This is a PSA. Don't drive while you are under the influence of substances.
this is the second time we've talked about this.
I was
Time
not.
to-
I was
time to
okay.
sit you.
I
Time to
would
sit
not-
you
I would
down,
not-
Will,
I would
for
not do
a
this.
Intervention.
intervention.
Okay, but to be fair, Chris relayed the story wrong. He said that I was crossfaded. I was not crossed. All right. That I don't think I would have been able to make it home. You know, period. You know, I was just high. Which,
It was just high.
I mean,
I was just high.
to be honest,
I plead the fifth.
that is a lot better than being crossed.
Sure,
Still
both
pretty
are bad.
I do say that I think driving high is a lot easier than drunk. Because there's a level of...
Well, yeah.
Because you're not going at 70 miles an hour while you're high. You're going at like 70 when you're drunk because you're a fucking dumbass when you're drunk, you know? When you're high, you're overthinking things and thinking, maybe I should go 10 miles slower just to be safe.
I think it's
You know?
more of I don't see double when I'm high.
So no, I made sure that the safest thing to do, one, was to make sure it wasn't just a quiet ride, because if it was quiet, my brain would have wandered, you know? So I played music that I knew very well, like metal, really loud music that I could sing along to keep my brain in reality, right? I wasn't like that, actually. It was actually pretty smooth because it was late at night, so there wasn't like many cars on the road and shit. I did have a cop following me for a little bit.
Oh my
Now-
god, I'd be shitting myself.
Now, to be fair, he wasn't actually following me because I got over and then he just passed me.
Yeah, you probably already ran your plates.
Yeah, probably. I mean, my tags are expired, but I mean, you can't pull someone over unless it's 4 months expired.
Yeah.
It has
I
to
think
be
it's
another
3.
reason. It's 4 when I looked
it
it up.
4?
Yeah, it's 4.
You still haven't got them
It's
changed?
longer than I
That's
thought.
money.
It's like $20.
Dude, no, it's not.
No?
It's like 60 something.
That's how you know Nathan doesn't pay attention to his bank account. I'm getting everything done for my car probably. I got a new credit card, and when that comes in, I'm gonna get all that done as the first thing I do with that credit card.
Yeah. You also have to pay more because they're expired now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the fucking.
That's how that works.
I'm gonna
So
get
it's like
the.
70 something probably.
But I'm gonna get the
It's like a
tires
$10
changed.
fee.
I'm gonna get the tires
your
changed
plates
with
expire,
used
it's like a
tires
$10
because I'm not gonna fucking fork out $400, $600 for new tires. But I'm gonna get some used tires. I'm gonna get the oil changed. I'm gonna get the fucking inspection done after that and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then I should be good to go for quite a foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had the best Uno game of my life. The girl who invited me out, I learned that her brother works there, and he was very cool. I didn't realize they were related. They said I'm the coolest white guy that works there, so that was pretty cool. Oh, fun time. Just probably should have made some better decisions at the end of the day, but
Probably. You learn and you learn.
the actual party was really fun.
That's good.
I didn't
you had fun.
drink anymore after I realized that I gotta drive because I was like, that's definitely a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let the alcohol wear off because I'm not so drunk that it's not gonna wear off. And I didn't expect the high to last as long as it did because I didn't smoke a bong or anything, so I thought okay, and I didn't fucking take but a couple puffs of the backwoods.
Oh, yeah, you smoked a blunt. He smoked a backwood, dude. So he was buzzed and high.
But yeah, that's how my weekend went. My Friday, and then Sunday was the wrestling training, which I learned a lot more, but give it a break from talking about my day, and we can go back to that later. News that I wanted to inform you of, Nathan, I just said on the podcast, there is a rumor of a Dark Souls anime coming to Netflix.
I heard about this, and I got really fucking excited.
I hope that
It's
if
just
it is,
a rumor, but I did hear
It
about
definitely
it.
is possible.
it is
Oh,
possible.
100%.
If it is a thing,
Do it, Castlevania creators.
yes. If there's a couple
Is
of
it the
options.
Castlevania thing?
No,
We have
it's
no idea.
just a
There's
rumor.
Nothing on it.
Oh.
I'm hoping that if it is a thing,
When does the rumor say it's supposed to be?
nothing,
Is it supposed to be close?
nothing,
There's
just a
just
rumor.
a picture of it, and that's it.
I
It's like a picture of the soul of Cinder.
So there's real questions of like, okay, is it gonna be about like the actual world of Dark Souls, or is it gonna be about
Well,
a
I'd
guy?
just see all 3 games like as an anime.
I know, or is it gonna be about a guy who gets like isekai'd into Dark Souls,
Oh god,
Which-
probably. I wouldn't
which would be really shitty, but also it could be funny.
I mean, Harley Quinn and
but
Joker
I
are
think it would
getting
be hard
isekai'd.
to tell that kind of story in an show, because he doesn't talk.
No, but there's dialogue.
Yeah, but like other characters, and that he has to like get to those.
Or are they gonna
characters
cover
and
like lore events
like
and
how does
shit?
that work?
Okay, then just do a new character, but keep the lore.
I mean, you could have him
Yeah.
talk. I don't think that's gonna really hurt anything because what canonically happens.
Yeah, but they would have to switch it up a little bit.
Also,
I don't
it's
think
a
it would
different
work.
person each game, so it's not the same undead each
I don't
game.
think it would work, and also they would have to explain more because an audience that doesn't play Dark Souls or really dives into the lore and stuff
That's true.
would
It
be like,
needs
what
to
the hell is
be.
happening?
It needs to be like Arcane was done.
They would be confused the whole time.
I just hope it's good animation. If it's good animation and we get to see like some of
I
those
didn't
They
fights,
could do it like Arcane. They could do it like Castlevania. Castlevania,
Yes,
just
they could
new
do-
characters
yeah.
and explore the world.
some of the
stuff like that.
some
Had
of the
old
lore and a
characters.
more explained
Which I
stuff.
feel
Had
like
old
is,
characters,
I
like a
feel
Alucard
like
and
is
stuff
what
like that.
they would do.
But like
They will show bosses. They
Yeah.
will show world of
The
lore
politics
events.
of the world.
Yeah.
they would have to do it in a certain way.
Yeah, and I think that it could be done
be
very.
interesting.
It could be done very well because Dark Souls has interesting
I
shit
mean,
in it.
geez,
It's just
the
a matter of.
Bloodborne comic is sick.
There's also an Elden Ring manga,
Yeah.
which is in isekai, by the way,
Oh.
and it's very funny actually. It's a
Elden
guy.
Ring feels like an isekai, anyways.
He got
Isekai's man everywhere.
He-
Fucking Joker and Harley Quinn
dude.
Isekai.
He got isekai.
That's
The
weird.
Joker looks sick though.
Harley Quinn also
I'm
looks pretty
interested.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Joker, but he looks like a fuckboy.
But I love the way
He
that
looks
they-
more like
the smile's
Jared Leto's
painted on his
Joker.
face.
Huh?
He looks more like Jared Leto's Joker
I
than all the other
disagree.
Jokers.
I don't think
No.
he looks like Jared Leto.
I don't think so.
I think he just looks like a basic
Well, I think
anime
out of any of the
protagonist with his
Jokers-
face.
I think he
Sure.
looks more similar to him.
But I
than,
just think he looks like a fuckboy,
well,
which
actually,
is not a bad thing.
no, it's not.
But
I hope
it's
he's
interesting for
crazy. But I don't know.
he looks also really young.
Yeah,
He
that's
does. It
true.
looks like he's 20.
Yeah,
Um,
and usually he's like in his 30s or
To
something.
40s, you know, something like that.
He's like pretty old usually.
But I know the Dark Souls anime could be good. I mean, the Elden Ring isekai manga is pretty cool. Like, the Blythe, the wolf guy, is like a simp. Like, all of Ranni's fucking followers are mega simps for her.
100%.
And they do dress up with her doll. And they argue over which costume is the best for their little waifu. And it's...
In the manga.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
that's how you know it's a manga.
Weird.
That's how you know it's an isekai manga. And,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, dude, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with you idiots.
Miyazaki thinks about that.
I mean, he probably approved it since his creation, and
I guess.
I imagine he thinks it might be funny, you know.
IPs work so weird over in Japan.
I do.
Well, IPs work differently everywhere. I mean, like most of the time, the creator doesn't have really that much say.
It's true. Me and Jeremy were talking a lot
If the
about.
company wants to make money, they're going to try to.
So Jeremy said something that I think is
property out
a
there.
bit incorrect and a bit stereotypical. He said like Japanese companies are usually pretty greedy with their IPs and everything against like fan
They
created
can
stuff.
be, for
They
sure.
can be.
Definitely
Even
can be.
Trash
But
Taste talked about
but
that.
like
I think that they're. I don't know if they're greedy against other countries using their IPs.
I mean, I don't know. Nintendo is pretty greedy against literally everyone using their IPs.
That's true, but I'm saying that like, but not really actually, because Nintendo in Japan,
Yeah.
they can use like random restaurants can use
yeah.
Mario.
No,
can
but
use
I mean,
Link
like-
and stuff like that for their restaurants.
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of
Lawsuits and
holdback
shit,
on
yeah.
it. But if an American restaurant tries to do that, sued up their ass. They like Japan looks at the other world just like, no, we created this, so we're gonna take advantage of it. But you
Xenophobia.
guys can't do anything with our stuff.
Yeah. I will say though,
But that's like,
he was just
I don't
like every Japanese company hates their fans and everything. I was like, well, the one company I can think of that is pretty
I don't
supportive.
think Japanese company hates the fans. I think they're indifferent in terms of Western culture.
I
though.
will say Sega loves their fans though because they support fan games and mods and
Yeah,
shit.
I mean
Oh
they
my
made
God.
Sonic. And
Mania.
Sonic's one of the
Yeah.
most
Did you guys see the new
fan-made,
Sonic
like,
character?
No, I didn't.
wild freaking fandom, and
But-
they support that. They literally make a game that's called
Sonic Mania, which is created by like these modders, and then they just paid
Yeah.
the modders to make it a
But
real game.
they also made Sonic. What is it? Sonic Rogue or something like that?
Sonic Fusions, is that it? The
No,
one where you
it's
create your
Sonic-
own Sonic
Yeah,
character?
what is
Sonic
that called?
Heroes, is that it?
Is it Sonic
It's Heroes or I think
No,
it
it's
is
not
Heroes.
Sonic Heroes.
You
It's,
sure?
Sonic. Whatever. It's one of the newer ones, but yeah, you make your own character and all that stuff. They love their like fans interactions,
Oh shit.
especially with Sonic. But yeah, but yeah, Sega is very open to that kind of stuff. Nintendo not so much.
Yeah, they're very open and everything, which is pretty cool because it's like
And PlayStation's also open to stuff.
Sonic Forces.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also yeah, PlayStation also is open to that stuff.
Not-
a lot of IPs are
Not very though,
Can you
because
use-
they're very anti-modding and they're very
okay.
anti.
yeah, but then
fan
look
games.
at Last of Us. That's a Western.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're very anti-modding or you know,
Is
even
Naughty Dog a Japanese company?
no,
No.
but they're very anti-fan creation. You know,
This
What
is
the hell
fake.
is that?
This is DeviantArt. Well, this is surfaced on Twitter this morning. New Sonic character. Suck the cock.
What are you talking about? Stop.
Oops. Crazy.
It's a cool. it
Suck
looks
the
fun,
cock.
though. I like it.
I think Sonic for me has just been too marred by like the cringe fans for me to
It's
ever
also
take it
bad
as seriously.
games.
It
They
is
don't
bad
release
games.
a lot of good games.
It is bad games. It's a lot of bad games.
I'm interested in the game that they're working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. It's like a 2D,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like 3D, like 2D 0.5.
Like 2.5D shit.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
yeah, 2.5 kind of D kind of stuff.
I'm interested
That looks
in Sonic Mania looks really good, and I've
Yeah,
never
Sonic
played
Mania
it.
looks fun.
Looks like just a fun game. I'm also interested in their remaster of the original Sonic games. Apparently got bad reviews, so it's so disappointing. But I never played the OG Sonics.
Really? The remasters got missed?
Yeah, which is disappointing.
They remastered those games so many times.
I know, but the most recent ones are supposed to be the collection of all the OGs. Kind of disappointing that it got bad reviews, and it is what it is. But I know. I don't know. I just kind of always wanted to get into Sonic, but the fan base and Chris Chan,
How
who's
many
from
Sonic
Virginia,
games have you
Oh
actually played?
God, stop.
None.
Don't
You haven't played
mention that
any
name.
Sonic game ever?
No.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
The
My
old ones, the
my
originals?
favorite is Sonic
I just said I've
Generations.
never
I don't
played them.
care who says anything about it.
No, actually, the only one I ever played is I can't remember which one. It was a 3D one. And it was back in the mid 2000s.
Really? What is it?
It's on
Sonic Adventure?
DS. It was on DS.
No, it was on the Wii.
Oh,
Sonic Colors.
Is it
No, it's
called-
Sonic Unleashed.
I hope it's not Sonic 06. That would be painful.
Was it on Wii?
I feel like it was Sonic Colors.
No, I don't think that was on Wii. I think that was only on Xbox and PlayStation.
Colors?
No.
No, 06.
I think you played Sonic Colors.
No, I think you played Sonic. Did you turn into a werewolf?
I don't know. I played it at my friend's house. So
If you turn into a werehog, that's Sonic Unleashed.
Interesting.
That's also on the Wii. No, you could also play the Sonic. The
Olympics.
The Wii. No. There's like Sonic, the Knights of the Rings or some shit like that. There's like a weird one that you literally use a sword and you're a knight as Sonic.
But
It's very fucking weird. They did weird crap.
oh, aren't you
during the
supposed to be
Wii
playing
era.
Kingdom Hearts 2 today?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, obviously I had shit to do today, so
yeah,
I
but
couldn't.
did you forget about that or?
No, I didn't forget. I have it all set up.
But what was your plan here?
I don't know what my plan was. I don't want to talk about it.
Because I do want to play Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point.
I know you do.
Pretty cool.
Shut up.
I'm kind of craving
I
playing
want to
that.
play Kingdom Hearts 3 again.
And the DLC for the first time.
Yeah, I want to play the DLC because I haven't played the DLC before. But I have to beat.
What was
I
I
don't
gonna
think
say?
I even have to beat.
Is your bird still holding on? Twitter?
Yeah, I still
Or
got
still
the.
hold
Do
on?
you still have it?
Yeah, I still have the bird and Twitter. Some people just have the bird and X
I don't know what
underneath.
the hell you're talking about.
The
Twitter's
rebranding.
obsessed
Let's talk about
with
X.
The rebranding
what?
of Twitter. Yeah,
Update
they're
it?
supposed to be updating the fucking app and everything.
Some
so
people have
people
already
have an X.
updated, but some are just still the Twitter logo with X underneath.
Yeah.
It's taking a while.
Why are they doing that? Dude?
Because
He's a. You did it again, Josh.
No, I didn't. Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
so the
He's a man-child who's running a company. He's a 12-year-old on Xbox Live. He's
Hey.
obsessed with the letter X.
Hey Nathan, do you remember when he first bought Twitter that you thought he was a great guy? Everything?
Speak sex.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he would do this.
Yeah, he's running this company into the fucking
I
dirt,
didn't think
dude.
he would ever
I don't know why
change
you-
the branding.
So
why-
apparently,
why would you get rid
To
of
a porn
I
website.
mean, what do you even call tweets now, huh? They're not tweets anymore.
they're X's.
They're X's.
That's dumb.
And we have X tweet.
And then we have-
retweet. And XDM.
Yeah, re-X's,
Re-X's.
re-X's,
Re-X's.
XDMs
XDMs.
or DXMs actually.
Stop talking.
DXMs.
Stop telling me
But
stuff.
so what's really
no
dumb?
one's going to tell
What's
us that.
stupid is X
No
videos
one's
is the
gonna be like,
most
"Yo,
popular
I got-
website on
I
the
got the
internet.
X's.
No one's gonna say that. So
X videos is the most popular website on the internet.
so
So that's great for branding and sponsoring
What,
because
what X videos?
it's the most popular website on the internet.
isn't Pornhub more popular?
No, it's not.
That's
not
crazy.
the X videos.
The hub is not. nothing.
No.
Yeah, Charlie did a video on this.
That's
It's
crazy.
probably way more popular in Virginia now because you can actually access
That's
it.
true. It is a
Oh,
decent
true.
website too, so it's
You
not
can't
like
access Pornhub.
it's not just.
Well,
It's,
it's been around longer than Hub.
but okay, so one of the
Yeah, it's
things,
been around for a while.
one of the things fascinating about Elon Musk, he's done this like 4 separate times with companies. He's tried to rename them X.
Well, we got Project SpaceX,
So
Tesla Model X.
so
many
he's
X.
one of the founders of PayPal,
I
right?
think there's an X. in
Yeah,
his
I
son's
didn't
name.
know that.
Yeah, that's how I first heard of him. And apparently, when PayPal was originally,
He's one of the
sometimes
founders of
PayPal. And so when he first created PayPal with all
wanted
the
to
other
name it
people,
X.
he tried to rebrand it to X.com.
Yeah.
And he nearly got booted from the fucking company because he kept trying to push that without the permission from everyone else. And they were like, "This is the dumbest fucking shit you have ever decided."
'Cause what the hell are you talking about with the X? It doesn't explain what the heck the company is.
I think he's just. I mean,
He's obsessed with the letter
I mean,
X.
Elon Musk
Why?
is actually
X
genuinely.
is a cool letter, but
If
why?
you're 12 on Xbox Live,
No,
So-
but X is a cool letter.
But Elon
But
Musk is
why?
actually autistic. Like he has admitted this, and maybe he just has an autistic obsession with the letter X. You know?
he is something.
Dumb, dude.
But like, yeah, he's gonna turn the Twitter company building to like X.
Did you know 2027 was supposed to be the year that we set up?
Do you think Xbox and X is gonna have a good collaboration?
No.
Like Microsoft is gonna have a collaboration with Twitter.
I feel like Microsoft's PR knows to stay away from Elon Musk at this point. But so apparently in 2020, no, I think it was 2025. It was announced by NASA that we were supposed to have SpaceX and NASA working together to get this intermediary space station to the moon, that they can then set up a colony on the moon and a base on the moon. Yeah, I don't think that's happening, brother. I feel like SpaceX's failures with their rockets recently have delayed that timeline by quite a bit.
I don't know. He's struggling way too much.
Can I go on X on my Xbox Series X?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Just go on Google.
What really sucks
That'd be
is
crazy.
I guarantee
The
you
triple X.
that motherfucker.
So that means triple X, huh?
Guarantee you that the motherfucker is going to fuck up the redirect. So if you type in twitter.com instead of just redirecting to x.com, it's just not going to redirect. It's going to say the site doesn't exist. And then it's going to be like, well, there goes all your traffic to your website, brother, because no one's typing in x.com.
No.
Also, I'm surprised x.com wasn't already taken.
X.com. How did
But
he
the
ever
app
get
will
it?
the app will just be called X.
I am surprised that he somehow got
But when you
x.com.
type in X, you're not gonna just get porn.
No, you will.
No, you will.
Oh, you will.
This is Google.
Oh, you will.
Just get porn. He thinks he's somehow going to be able to make X his thing.
But it's not.
He also wants you to be able to control
He's
your
just gonna own
PayPal
the
through
letter
X.
X.
He's gonna kill.
He also
Twitter.
wants you to be able to
Twitter's
control
dying.
your bank account, your PayPal, and everything through Twitter. And I'm like,
Absolutely
I am not
not.
trusting
Twitter is
Twitter
going to
with
die.
any of that. Yeah, it is. And then Threads also already died. It had like a 90% user base
yeah.
drop off
Oh, yeah.
because it's very normie and Instagram heavy.
Well,
You know?
it doesn't help that most of the posts are just,
The same shit.
I'm here on Threads. Hi.
I think that the next big thing is going to be Jack Dorsey, the
Glad I never
creator.
got into this.
Jack Dorsey, the creator of Twitter, has already created another app that's literally just Twitter again, but like not ran by Elon Musk, and it's called Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And it's in beta.
I've heard of it.
It's in beta, and you have to get an invite code right now. But when that comes out to the public, guarantee that's where everyone's gonna flock. Because same thing.
See, flock, bro, we're birds.
Exactly.
It should be Twitter. Tweet. Listen, it's a little cringe, sure, especially when it first came out, but it makes sense. It works, right? A bird, Twitter, your tweets.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
all that.
here's the thing: the
It
brand.
just
I think
makes
it's
sense.
cringe. I just think it's.
It was iconic branding, though. And yet
It made sense.
everyone knows what the fuck a tweet is, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Now people are like, "What the hell is this?"
What do I call my twit longer? My X longer?
exactly right.
Yeah.
My
Sending out X's, bro.
I don't think any human being's gonna use that
Sounds
phrasing.
So dumb.
And what really
And
sucks
it's
too.
too fucking generic.
Yeah, it is.
It's really
against
just a
it.
letter.
Like, everybody on Twitter's against it. Nobody wants it. They're filing petitions for it. Like,
Wow, it's not gonna change anything.
no.
No, you want to know when
He'll run into the ground. He don't care.
he also removed the Twitter logo from the HQ.
He's so rich
And-
that
I know.
I don't think he cares.
He put a giant X on the building of the old Twitter HQ
That's not-
that lights up way too bright and has given multiple people with epilepsy seizures, and he did not get a building permit for it. And the landlord of Twitter HQ has been calling the police regularly on him to try and get them to get his ass and evict him. And I feel like it's eventually going to happen because eventually the police are going to be like, bro, this shit's getting so fucking annoying. We're just going to kick his ass out.
Have you guys seen the Globe in Vegas?
Yes.
Giant sphere.
Yeah, that's just a billboard.
Like holographic.
Very cool.
Very cool, very
Or it's not
terrifying.
holographic, but it's like a screen. And
Yeah, it's basically an electric billboard but round.
Yeah,
And
it's
dude,
sick. Do they make
one
like a
company
giant eyeball.
that is terrifying.
But
though.
like
Dude.
basketball games, they can make it a basketball.
I'll show a clip of it on the podcast.
Dude,
while we're talking.
it is
It's so
fucking
sick.
It's very
terrifying
sick.
though, because imagine you don't know that exists and you go into Vegas, there's just a giant eye staring
Dude,
at
imagine
you.
you're tripping
That
on
shit is
tabs.
awesome.
It's awesome as shit, but it's scary as shit, dude.
Imagine you're on
From like a
tabs in your hotel room. And
I
you go
think
on the
that's sick.
balcony and you just see an
Whoever came
eyeball
up with that
open
idea
up.
was-
no, it's cool as fuck. I think
You know
it's
how much
awesome.
electricity that thing probably uses.
Dude,
Oh,
what do
yes.
you think the electricity bill is?
Oh, I know
Las
for all of Vegas.
All
Yeah,
together-
yeah,
all
I-
together?
Billions.
I know. But just that,
Like, what
just
is
that
their
alone?
monthly bill for the entire city?
Just that alone, right? 'Cause
At least
it's-
100
it's
million.
screens, right?
like,
On a-
it's
on a
so
sphere?
bright.
Yes.
Or is it projected?
Like when you're
It's a
coming
sp-
across
it's
the
just a bunch of
desert
screens,
going
I believe.
into
Okay.
Las Vegas, you can see that shit.
Because
for
now that
miles.
we have curved screens and folding screens and
OLED.
shit, it's very easy to make a curved giant screen now if you
I
put enough
saw
money
so
into
many
it.
videos of it, and I was like, "Yo, that thing's sick!" And then somebody smoked a bong right on their balcony, and it was in the background.
It is
It
awesome,
is sick.
but I am just saying, imagine the poor person that does not keep up with the internet or any news, and then they go in there as a giant eyeball staring at them as they get
Get
into
used to it
Vegas.
eventually.
That would probably give an old person
That's
a
gonna
nightmare.
become Vegas' staple.
Oh yeah, eventually in the next 10
They
years,
just
it's going to be
project
their
whatever
big
they
thing.
want on it, random shit.
Yeah, like I said, like basketball games or whatever.
Yeah, it's really
They can
sick.
literally
Because
do
that's
a
how it first
basketball.
started. Was
Yeah,
a basketball.
game.
That's how it first started. Was a basketball.
Yeah.
Was the first thing I
There's a
think they put on there.
basketball. You can make the planet, Earth.
I think it's going to be really cool when someone hacks it and puts porn on it,
Concerts
Did you
could be
see-
cool. It could
or a
literally
giant
be,
titty.
Did you see?
like their faces on the ball.
Did you see we're at the point for AI can just hack a router?
Yeah,
Like that's
it's
crazy. I saw two guys talking about AI and how powerful it's gotten, and he pretty much typed. He wanted the AI to take issues he had with this program, exploit the issues, and fix them. It wrote code in 10 seconds, exploited them, and fixed it. That's just nuts.
You can get AI to pirate things for you, by the way. So ChatGPT is pretty fucking retarded. I used it. People kept on saying it's very similar to a human. I paid for it and I used it, and then I refunded it because it's only $6, but I paid for it for like a week just to test it out. No, you can definitely tell that shit's AI. 100%. It is nowhere near close to a human with regards to conversational
I've
skills.
seen people get really good though in training it.
It does.
To talk like that.
But so the issue is that its memory fucking sucks. And so if you are trying to talk to it like it's a human and then you just close the app and then you come back, it does
I
not
think it's
remember.
supposed to be impressive for right now.
Oh, it is
Build
impressive
off
for
of
right
it.
now.
oh, it's insane. Yeah.
Like,
When they build off of it, it's going to be.
it is impressive
Like
for right
I
now.
hate
I'm
to
not
bring
going
up
to
the
deny
fuck
that.
boys, but I did watch a Nelk Boy podcast.
Jesus Christ.
And there's a girl, right, that they're talking to, and she makes money just off of an AI.
You
it
watched
speaks.
their podcast?
I just watched this one because it had rice gum on it, and I was
Ah,
curious. Where
I
the
would've-
fuck
that would be
he's been
even more
in
reason
a
why I'm
long
not
time.
watching that.
I was just curious where this guy's been in a long time. Okay. But there was a girl they were talking to, and she runs she gets paid basically off this AI. This AI
I can
that
see you. Yeah, you're sweating.
this AI that mimics her completely. So her fans are not talking to her; they're talking to the AI, and it mimics everything she does and says.
I am genuinely
like,
tempted
really
though,
well, and she makes money off
to
it.
use AI to
These people pay to have a date
create like
with her AI.
feet pics and shit and just sell them on OnlyFans. I am very
Oh,
tempted to do
That's
that.
crazy though. The people will pay to have a date with her AI.
Why?
Because they're lonely. So lonely that you'll never understand level of
Now let's get
loneliness.
to the meat discussion of this week: congressional hearing on
Okay, so first of all,
UPAs
that
and
shit,
aliens.
that shit, UAPs.
What I say?
You said UPAs.
Oh, UAPs.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't like the term UFOs because it's too close to aliens nowadays.
It's so stupid.
But it is.
It's
That's
an
what you're talking
unidentified
about.
flying object.
Yes.
I don't
It's literally what they're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But I do believe that this guy is blowing smoke up everyone's asses. And the only reason why is because, one, he has consistently said this for the past 6 years, and every time a government official presses him for evidence, he always says, well, I don't have the evidence, but this guy that I know that knows this guy does have the evidence.
Well, it's three guys this time talking.
Yes, but these are the
They
same.
swear under oath.
Yeah, but they're the same schmucks that do the same bullshit every fucking time. And it's like, it kind of gives me the my uncle works at Nintendo vibes. You know? Like you just go to the truck and you'll get Mew.
People think it was a big distraction because it was held on the same day that Biden
I
something
that's
had a press
Yeah, what was
thing.
it?
I don't even know because it probably wasn't that big of a deal.
I think he was passing something.
He was. It's not a distraction though, because by that
But I
logic,
don't remember what
the same people that are saying it's a distraction are the same people that support Trump. And there was this UFO shit conversation when Trump was in office. So I mean, by that logic, that was also a distraction because that's when those videos were released by the government. So I don't know. I think that it's just this guy finally wormed his way into a congressional hearing, and now that they're going to press him for evidence outside of the hearing, he's not going to supply it, and then it's just going to be a nothing burger. And
They
I
asked him, did he know the locations on which they're held? He said, I know all the locations, and I can tell you in a closed environment.
would love for it to be true, not because I want like aliens to invade Earth or anything, but because it'd be cool. Like, I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool to know that they exist.
I
but
believe they exist.
I mean, I believe that they exist. The universe is infinite.
The question is,
Have they
ever
visited?
came
Yeah,
here?
because most people believe they exist at this
And
point.
he said that we have recovered the crafts, and we've recovered them with
It's believable that they
bio-
exist in
biologic
some way, but
beings that aren't
but
human.
them coming here, they're
And let
visiting this planet.
me posit to you this real point here, okay? One, if aliens are coming here, right, and these very, very advanced crafts, right, that allows them to get here, what makes you think that for even half a second there will be multiple crashes here right? And also, what makes you think for a second that we could even recover one of these beings? Because that tech should be so fucking advanced that, one, our government that has this tech supposedly should be cracked with their tech. Like,
Well, he said
we should be.
couldn't really reverse engineer. We tried.
Of course, because
And
it's
engineers were harmed.
what a shocker that they couldn't reverse engineer it, even though fucking.
Also, I don't think the crashes are due to them just crashing by themselves. I'm sure we shot them down.
Yes, but also what makes you think that that's possible? If you take a fucking fighter jet we have now and put it up against the fucking shit from World War II, bro, they would literally not even be able to shoot it down. We would just blitz every single plane with one jet. Like, it wouldn't even be a competition. And that's what bothers me, is that we can't do the shit that these supposed crafts do, right? And yet
You get
we're
a lucky shot
supposedly supposed to be able to shoot them down, even though they could stop in midair, fucking shoot down in the water, fucking shoot to the side, then shoot back up at a right angle without any care of gravity.
He said they were able to stand completely still in Hurricane Katrina. That's crazy.
That's why I'm saying I don't think a missile from us should be able to take them down, because, I mean, realistically, one, they should be able to travel fast, at least sub the speed of light, because we know that there's
They're
no.
going faster than they even say they go faster than what our top Mach is.
Yes, so one, it should be able to dodge a missile no matter how homing the missile is, because it should just be able to
they're not
zip
paying
out the way.
attention.
Also, two, our AI is cracked enough right now to where we're pretty confident in being able to shoot down most missiles that get launched towards us. You don't think the fucking drones that are raiding our fucking hostile planet are gonna fucking have defense mechanisms that should be able to work? Pretty guaranteed.
Well, he said they've never been hostile.
Which makes it, I don't know, it just feels like every time you press him on why didn't XYZ happen then, or why isn't XYZ this, he always has an excuse. Every time. And
He
I'm
plead
like,
the fifth when they said, "Do you know if anyone's been murdered?" to keep it under wraps.
and this is my issue. He never just answers the questions. And it's like, dude, at what point are you going to give someone something that
He's just
they
gonna
can go
die.
off of?
He's just gonna be yeeted.
How would he be yeeted when he's talking to the people that run the country and he's saying that these people work for subcommittees? These people work under the people he's talking to, and he's talking to them, and he can talk to them in private too. Like, they have offered him private conversations, and they've done this before. They've offered him private conversations, and nothing's come of it. And that's my issue, is that it's always this nonsensical XYZ why it didn't happen. It's never a, yes, someone died, I will give you the name in private, or some shit like that. It's always just, I can't say. I can't do this. The Men in Black would give me, motherfucker, the Men in Black work for the goddamn president. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, the CIA ain't going to get you either, because I'm pretty sure they'd probably be interested if aliens exist.
He did straight out say, though, he knows humans have been harmed due to keeping it secrecy.
And then he also...
I mean, you gotta like. I feel bad for some of the military guys or Air Force men that have had
feel
these
bad.
sightings and can't talk about it. Their mental issues are probably ridiculous. Like when you see the footage that the FBI released
Yes.
on
Now,
the Air Force
I'm not
pilot
gonna
going,
deny-
Like, there's an object tailing me. It's going faster.
I'm
than
not
me.
going to deny the
It's on my
footage
right, left
because
wing.
it is footage, right?
Yeah.
But that is more substance than this fucking jabroni that wasn't in the planes has literally ever given us in his entire career. And that is my issue, is I believe the people that were flying the fucking planes that are experienced at that job more than I do this dude that just has secondhand accounts from
Imagine
him.
you're that pilot and you saw that. Now you can't talk to anybody about it.
I mean, these pilots have been talking about it on interviews and shit, so I would definitely be talking about
Now, not in the past.
But I mean, my problem is just these pilots are more trustworthy, but they're not scientists. That's where my issue comes in. It's like, one, I do believe them with regards to they didn't know what the fuck it was, and it probably was some crazy shit. I can believe, too, that maybe it was an alien drone. I do not believe we've recovered life forms, because I feel like that would be a massive deal. Two, there's another issue of why is it always centered around the U.S.? You look at alien reports, UAP reports, UFO reports. 99% majority of them are in the U.S. and then like the rest of the percentage is in,
There's a lot in Russia.
and then the rest of the
Germany.
percentage is in the UK, Russia, Germany, and like fucking African countries that don't have the ability to contact. You don't think China?
We would hear more because it seems like we would have more whistleblowers. Like people actually talking about it. Russia will keep that under wraps no matter what.
Bro, China's
Going to keep it under wraps no matter what.
Christ.
But
European countries, they're probably more open to it, and that's why probably most
I
of that
guess,
percentage.
but
So you said like 90%, so probably like 5% is European. and then whatever the rest. But a lot of them going to keep them under wraps because they don't want their country's like secrets or whatever to be out there.
But I'm also just saying, you really don't think so. There is
The
actual.
U.S. are fucking chatterboxes,
But
and they will just fucking
I
say
might
shit.
I might show you guys the video sometime this week. There is crazy tech that we've had scientists work on that they have gotten near working, and those scientists have gone missing. I firmly believe that we do have actual scientists that could reverse engineer the shit. There was a lady who was working on, I believe it was either anti-gravity or teleportation. I can't remember which one. I think it was anti-gravity. And she got the fundamentals.
Those are two major different things.
Yes, but they are two very sci-fi things.
Oh yeah.
I think it was anti-gravity, and she had this fundamental concept down of the physics behind it, and she got it to work on a molecular level, and then the concept was to get it working on a grander scale, like getting an object to have anti-gravity. But before she got to finish her work, she went missing. So and she was from China, I believe, originally, and she was working for the U.S. So either the theory that there's a couple theories. One, China, basically hit her with the suicide, 2 bullets to the back of the head, kidnapped her, making her work for them. Or there's also just she went into hiding. There's also she's working for the U.S. government on top secret stuff. But that woman probably could reverse engineer alien technology if she's fucking figuring out how anti-gravity works. Okay, I'm just saying that's pretty cracked science levels right there. I'm also
I don't know. It depends on how many freaking thousands of years they're advanced above us.
That's true, but I feel like if I brought back a fucking plane to Leonardo da Vinci, like the original planes, and I explained to also an engineer from back then.
That's not even like that's like what
500 years.
Yeah, so that's 500 years. I'm talking about thousands of years.
Okay, I guarantee if I brought something back to like a fucking guy that created the catapult, I guarantee
if it was millions, there's no way that we'd be able to.
But if it
we
was,
would not understand the
but
technology
if it was,
at all.
but if it was millions of years, then they should have never been shot down in the first place.
Yeah, which I don't think that. I think maybe like a couple thousand.
But I'm also saying I guarantee
Maybe
you, if
2,000.
I brought shit back to an engineer from like fucking 100 fucking AD or whatever, and then I brought back like a fucking basic ass car, I brought that back to a bunch of engineers, explain how oil works, and explain what the fuck oil is, how you get it.
Do you think that a person 2,000 years ago would understand how a TV works?
I think if you get someone that is okay, so here's my thing.
Do you think? I mean, like that's
It's a loaded
like electricity.
No, but it's a loaded question because you have to if they get the basic concepts right. If you just say,
they understand
hey,
what electricity is.
if you explain, hey, that shit you see when it's storming, that powers stuff. Like that gives energy. Like that makes things go sparkly, right?
Okay.
And that.
But what if they have an energy source that we don't? If we don't even understand how.
Yeah,
it
but I'm
works?
just saying that I feel like
That's not even on the planet. What if they have an energy source that's only on their planet?
What if they know how the universe was created?
And that's the only way it works, is that energy source. And we can't engineer
Okay,
that
then-
because we don't have that energy source.
Okay, then how the fuck? Why? Okay, then that begs the question: why would they come to Earth when they don't have the energy source available on Earth to fly back? Why?
Well, they have reserves.
Yeah, well, their reserves
Why
didn't
would-
seem
why
to
would
work
they
too
not-
well.
Yeah, but okay, but maybe that's why they got shut down. Maybe this was a failed mission.
Yeah, but numerous failed missions over 50 years with the same supposed tech. That feels like a.
I think what's crazy is so when
I'm
you
not
go
punting
back,
there.
to like when the first major UFO sightings and everything happened.
possible.
When was that?
60s.
And also, we don't know.
World War
okay,
II.
Okay.
World War
You're
II,
under
and then the
assumption-
60s.
When we made the atomic bomb.
Yes.
It's like once we started making nuclear energy and shit is when sightings really
this is
started
my
getting
thing, is-
heavy.
We're also under assumption that these are the exact same aliens every time.
That's true,
They
but
could be just
every
different
every
aliens all
report is
around.
the exact
I'm just
same
sure there's
movement
millions
of
of
the
species.
UAPs.
Dude, you know what'd be crazy if an alien and another alien met each other on Earth, and we're thinking that it's the same fucking thing, but like they're completely different.
What if you
versions
see
of
like
it.
the two little fucking Tic Tacs fucking buzzing around each other and crashing into
Oh,
we
each
try to
other?
shoot
saw
them
the
down, and they're
Tic-Tac.
just like, no,
yeah, I mean, I believe that that's real. Like,
Yeah,
I believe that is something we don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's all sorts
there's
of
the
different
question-
style of ships.
but-
Is that different species?
but I'm saying
or
the
is it just like a
question-
different type of
The
phone?
question is whether it's actually alien technology or whether it's a camera artifact, because the pilots are not seeing it out of their window.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing it through the black and white cam. So the question is,
That pilot on one of those FBI footages was seeing it out his window.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
seeing it from right behind him.
Okay, so like I believe him, but the issue is what was it? You know what I mean? Because I mean, here's
it
the
up.
thing. Here's the thing. Roswell, the biggest one, right?
I
Has
don't know about Roswell.
Roswell has actually been proven to be straight up a weather balloon.
Yeah.
It was just miscommunication from government officials that made everyone so suspicious.
Roswell, I think.
Let's take something more recent. The Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
Those were just never.
But then there's also
Yeah, but
proven.
those are just static lights. I mean, that could easily.
They were
be-
moving. No, they were moving. They eventually started moving. They were in this kind of shape, like a boomerang, and then they started moving.
But then there's
Yes,
also
but that could just be an experiment.
yeah, there's the thing of we don't know
It's a lot harder. obviously,
everything
at
on
night.
What if
this
they're
planet.
drones?
That too.
At that time.
Yeah.
But we also don't know.
What if the government or whatever was testing drones?
Maybe.
But here's the other thing, right? We
before
don't
we knew what
know.
drones really were.
That's not what I want to believe, though.
And
That's
this
no
is
fun.
my pressing matter
It's
is
not,
we
but I'm
don't
just
know
saying there's other.
like we don't know everything scientifically that happens on Earth.
The problem
So
is
the
we're
issue is it
getting
could
to
just
a-
be unexplained
What
action
about
on
those
Earth.
horns?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't know everything
there's
scientifically on
recordings
Earth.
of horns.
Oh, you're talking about the trumpets.
Yeah, the trumpets.
Yeah, the trumpets.
The horns.
Yep.
Recorded at the same time, but in different
Canada,
locations.
Russia.
Yeah, different
the
locations
US.
of the world. That's
Yep.
not like super close to.
Now I will say we
That
have,
was
An
weird.
insane sound.
now I will say we have more than 7 recordings from different times, so I don't think it's the actual rapture because there's supposed to be 7 of them, and I don't see a locust swarm hitting us anytime soon.
This is true.
So or raining blood. So I don't see that shit happening. But I will say there
What
is.
if it takes part in like 1,000 years?
Well, apparently it's supposed to be immediately after, according to the Bible. So you know,
Does it say immediately?
it's supposed to
What
be.
is the wording?
It's supposed to be within days. It's like supposed to be like a week period of
Yeah,
each trumpet.
It's not that long. Once you hear that 7th one, GG's.
So the concept for me is it's probably something unexplained scientifically that we just don't know what it is. Because I mean, we don't know everything scientifically about the planet. We just don't.
of course not.
I mean, we
No,
didn't.
It could be a sound wave that's coming from somewhere
Yes.
else, and it just hit Earth.
Yes,
Like
we don't know.
Big, giant sound.
Okay,
right?
what
And
if it's
it
the
finally
mothership
reached
just
Earth.
chilling out there?
Yeah,
It finally reached Earth, and that's what it was.
But like we,
And it just,
yeah,
like, booms onto
It just
Earth.
sucks how advanced technology is
sonic
getting in
boom or
AI
some shit.
because I am going to
travel
become a part of
across.
society soon and being like, I don't know what's real anymore.
yes.
It's getting too realistic. There's going to be a day where an alien's going to walk up in Walmart and people are going to be like, "Pfft, yeah, right. It's just a fucking robot.
True.
I don't think they're gonna believe it.
It's just a robot.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're
So
not.
my
Even if it is real.
my thing is that I
Yeah, they're
think
gonna be like, nah, someone's fucking with us.
I
Yeah.
think at this point
Then
It's
it
the government.
One.
beams a fucking car.
I
and
also
incinerates
have
it. You gonna believe
the
it then?
hard opinion that if we did shoot down alien ships and they have that technology to get here in the first place and zip around and like, you know, avoid us for so long, like avoid our best fucking jets, they would probably have just sent like 100 of them and wiped us off the face of the earth at this point for shooting down their soldiers or drones or whatever.
Unless
Maybe,
there's
but they-
there's the biggest theory is that it's us
Yes.
millions of years in the future.
That I've never heard
That
that
is,
theory,
like,
and that is
the
the
most-
wildest, wackiest
That
theory.
is the most craziest shit I have ever heard in my life.
Let me hit you with the.
How?
What do you mean how?
You don't
Okay.
believe in
mean?
time travel?
No.
Okay, time travel is I would like time travel to be a thing, but time travel is weird because it's like, why is the person? Why are we not seeing time travelers?
I mean, I've brought that up to you, and you've
People say-
defended
people say they
against
I
have.
it.
defended it, yes,
say they have.
because I think you can defend it in certain ways, but it is.
But at a certain point,
a
it gets a bit
solid
ridiculous.
argument too.
I get it. I don't think it's not
Okay,
possible.
but no, but so at a certain point, right? You have to look at
Theoretically, it is possible.
you have to look at all the awful things that have happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And think, yeah, literally life would have actually been better, right? Like objectively
And they could have
speaking,
stopped it?
and they could have stopped it. Like Hitler could
No,
have been
it's a canon
stopped.
event.
Yeah, okay, you know.
It will destroy the universe.
event.
It's a canon event.
And I just think that it's a dumb thing to assume time travel is real
What if
and
it's
that
not
someone
been bad
hasn't
enough to the
fucked
point
up.
where we are going to make ourselves extinct due to nuclear war?
Oh, it's not about nuclear war. It's about we're killing the planet. All right. And we're getting to the point where scientists are saying we're getting to the point of no return and there's no reversing it at this point. So it's just a matter of time until the planet in the next
Why would it
150
be
years.
possible from descendants from us, years in the future, that have that technology at that point? That are
Why wouldn't they
the
fix it?
descendants from small versions of us coming to?
Okay, if it was time
Warn us.
travel,
Why wouldn't
also,
they have warned
like,
us then?
The argument is, If it was time travel, right? Why wouldn't they just erase that from ever?
And also, then how about all the government officials saying it was non-human biological DNA if it's humans from the future?
This is true. This is true.
They're acting like it's the fucking green men coming, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
The Greys.
Like the gray skin, green skin motherfuckers, and I'm like,
Maybe
dude.
we just evolved. Into that.
And I'm also wondering,
Yeah, what if we do?
And I'm
Millions of years ago,
just-
our eyes are supposed to get bigger.
and I am just saying, why is it that every time they describe it, it's always the stereotypical alien style instead of like, because let's be realistic here. All right, if some motherfucker came from like a lava planet, right, they ain't gonna look like no goddamn gray skin, green skin. If they came from an Earth-like planet, they're gonna look like us.
Yes.
If they came from,
Not necessarily.
well, they're gonna look similar. They're like based off adaptation and
It
evolution.
depends if they survive off of oxygen and all that kind of
But
stuff.
that's what I mean. If they come from a similar planet to us, they're gonna look like us. If they come from a very unique planet,
If they're, but if it can be completely different. If the gas, like if the different gases and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, but I'm
is
saying,
happening.
why is it always
also, do you think that
described?
they would have a different elements?
See, I do believe that there's probably materials and elements and shit that we haven't discovered because it's just not on Earth.
Oh yeah,
You know, I'm like
Planets
100%
out in
sure.
Billions of galaxies away have different shit.
Do you
Yeah.
think that there's different gases?
Yes, I firmly believe that there is shit that just isn't
Do
available
you
to
believe,
us.
okay, do you
That's
believe in
in this
multiple?
solar
Do you believe in
system.
multiple?
Maybe not in the
universes? Like,
solar system. Maybe I'm
Do you
not.
think
100%.
it might be in the solar system?
No, I'm saying probably not, but I think within the galaxy, probably. You know.
Do you believe in infinite universes?
No, I believe that the universe is just infinite. So my actual theory on the universe is that it's not infinitely expanding, but that it's so big, and then if you ever did hit the end, it just loops back around to the other side. I believe that
But
we're.
you don't think that there's other universes?
I don't think that there's a
around?
multiverse, and the only way I would be willing to subscribe to that theory is that a black hole is like a gateway to the other universes, and that's why the gravitational pull is so strong. 'Cause it's another whole universe's gravitational pull. And that is the only way I would be able to subscribe to that theory because, okay, if the universe is infinitely expanding, what happens if you magically, like, let's just say you were blessed by a fucking genie to go faster than the speed of the universe and could, like, breathe in space? What happens when you hit the barrier? Do you just break out of the simulation or some shit? Like, what the fuck happens?
Well, there is no barrier.
You die.
Like,
But if infinity is a thing.
no, but so the theory, the common theory by scientists is not that the universe is infinite, it's that it's infinitely expanding, which means it's expanding forever. Because the distance between stars has been slowly getting bigger throughout the past millions of years, right? It's been slowly, everything's been slowly drifting apart. And so that's kind of evidence that the universe is expanding, right? So the concept is, okay.
You don't believe it's doing that.
No, I believe it's just infinite, period.
Oh.
And I believe that.
But what? Okay, so how do you disprove that?
Well, I believe that, you know, the universe, one, had to have been created in the first place, not even if it's not by higher power scientifically, had to have been created. So eventually, everything dies. Stars die, black holes die, everything dies.
Why does it have to be created? If you believe in infinity,
No.
then why couldn't it just been a thing just always?
Well, I personally do believe in the Big
Never
Bang in
created,
some
never
degree.
spawned. It's just
Yeah,
there.
it's just there. It's always been there. It doesn't matter. It's never. It's no one created.
It's so
it.
hard
It's
for
just
humans
there.
to
It's
comprehend
just there.
that.
Well,
and
I'm-
it's always been there. It doesn't matter what how
Well,
many times.
first, I would like to press the point to both of you and to everyone watching that, you know, I am not qualified for these discussions, obviously.
No,
So
none
I'm
of us
just-
are.
we're
I'm
just-
not
so,
saying you are.
so I'm
Fun
not
discussion.
I'm not arguing
No, this
on
is
the
about
basis
your belief.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm not
asking you.
arguing based on, you know, I know what the fuck we're talking
I'm
about, you know what I
picking
mean?
Your brain on it.
Yeah, I'm not arguing based on the fact that no, I'm smarter than everyone
I'm
and
not
I think my opinions
religious.
are correct.
I don't believe that
you know.
a God created this infinite universe.
Okay, but I could believe
So
that.
who created him?
I could believe
Or
that more than I
Yeah,
could.
that's in terms of the question. Okay, if they created this,
Then
well,
who created that?
Who
Then
created
what
that?
that?
You
was
just
that,
have
that,
to
and then there's
subscribe
an
to a
infinity
possibility
thing.
that it all came from nothing.
Yes, and that is the Big Bang theory, is that, you know, it came from nothing and that eventually it just converged into an
Yeah,
explosion.
but what caused that Big Bang?
Well, I don't know, and that's the problem is that
Because
we
there
just
has to
don't
be
know.
a thing to cause that.
Yeah, it has to be a cause for an
Yes,
effect.
so my theory is that maybe it's just a law of reality that we don't know, that everything is supposed to go on forever, and
Or
that.
it's just always been here. There's
So-
nothing that created it. It's just here.
Well, no, I mean, I have the theory that the universe gets destroyed because it is evidence that it's slowly dying, right? My theory is that the universe probably had died once before, and then eventually it's just the law of reality itself is that it eventually reforms and creates itself again.
Form slowly.
Yeah.
But do you think it would reform into the exact same thing it was?
No, but I do believe that the distance, and this is a personal theory that I've come up with recently because I was talking to Max, my subordinate, about it because I gave him a
So
car
do you
ride
think
to
at
work.
another time we existed and went extinct?
No, but I do believe aliens, time and time again, have gone extinct on their planets before they got space travel.
Well, obviously.
I
I
believe
think
that.
there's, probably.
I believe that there's billions of species that probably went extinct before they achieved space travel.
Civilizations that
Yeah,
never
just
got
fell,
there,
but
which we could be one of them.
yes, sadly. But so I believe
We
that
don't even
everything.
understand how to get to the planet like literally right next to us.
Yeah, I firmly, actually,
So,
genuinely,
How the hell, like,
I genuinely believe that the universe is getting slowly drifting apart because it's slowly ripping apart. Like it's slowly destroying itself.
Yeah.
Like it's slowly, you're going to start seeing, well, we're not going to see it, but like in billions upon billions of years, you're going to see like the fabric just like start ripping and that there's just going to be nothingness there. Just pitch black.
itself?
No, just like pitch black, like nothingness. And then you'll see in the distance, like if you go through the pitch black, shit again, like stars and shit. It will just be pitch black, no light, no nothing that breaches it, right? I believe it would just be a void.
like a buffer.
Yeah, like a buffer, like a void. And then eventually it's all going to rip apart and basically kind of just kaboom into nothingness. And then eventually I
But
believe
what
the
is
law.
the nothing?
Something that nothing exists in.
We can't
nothing.
comprehend. We can't comprehend
Just nothing.
what nothing is, because you would say a black space, but that's not the definition.
I
of
mean, it is the
nothing.
definition of
That's
nothing because the
something.
black is lack of
Light.
color and light and everything. It is black is by the definition nothingness because light makes up pretty much everything we see and hear and touch and all that shit and like molecules and all that. So if it doesn't have any molecules, right?
But I think of
any
nothing
light
being
molecules.
non-existence.
Yes, but if nothing, okay. Here's the thing: if it's nothing, it's gotta be black because a white is the presence of color, right? So it can't be a white void.
From
right?
what we see, it's only through our eyes.
No, but that's like actually scientifically proven based on molecules and particles and stuff. Like that's why a rainbow is all the colors of the light spectrum, right? All the main colors.
Yeah.
So, it would be a black void because of the concept of black is nothingness, right? Like the color black is the lack of color, right? And there's nothing else there, so there's nothing else creating color or anything like that, and so it's just gonna be a void of nothing, which would be a black empty space, right? And then I think that the law of reality is that the universe has to eventually reconverge and create itself all over again. And why that would be the thing, I don't know. This is just my way of processing it because I don't fucking know. Maybe there's a higher power. Who the fuck knows? And if I die and I meet him, I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. If I'm gonna meet him or her, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we're just in a fucking shitty basic comic book.
It's the
You know,
basic over.
or a simulation, something they never thought that far ahead.
Maybe
you
it's
know?
the egg theory. We're
Yeah.
all share a consciousness.
I mean, it's just one of those things that I think when we die, we'll see. You know,
Maybe.
like I mean, if there is a higher power, we'll see them when we die. You
Maybe.
know, or we'll see some proof that they exist if they exist. Because if there's a higher power, that usually indicates that there is an afterlife, whether it's a shitty one or not. You know, usually is an indication.
I don't know. I don't know if it has to be an afterlife because there's a higher power. There can be a higher power that literally created everything,
Right.
but after you die, you die.
That's true. But I mean, I feel like
The
that.
existence is gone.
That's true. That is
You don't-
also a possibility.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't have to be an afterlife.
Now,
He did-
personally,
he's never. He didn't have to make an afterlife.
or she,
for the thing
or
that
it.
dies.
It's probably an it more likely.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a gender or
entity.
anything.
Yeah, it's
just
an entity that we don't understand. But now, my actual theory about what happens when we die is reincarnation. I've said this time and time again because I believe that, like, you know, when you die, you know,
That's how the egg
energy
Your
energy doesn't
converts into
disappear.
something
Egg
else.
egg theory is like a different person, different timeline. Doesn't matter.
Now, for all I know, I do believe that the energy reconverts into something of, like, with a conscience because there's a lot of energy in our brains
Yeah.
that
Have
can't
you seen
just
like
be
the
reconverted.
experiments of like if you die, like you weigh a little less?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
obviously
it's,
that's what makes people believe of the soul.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like that's the soul leaving and all that stuff. There's been so many experiments. On
Yeah.
that, but a lot of them are inconclusive on that.
But I
it's
also
not exact that it's
so
Yeah.
I
It's
have
just the shit leaving your body.
Yeah, so I've ran the theories all the
Maybe.
time though of like, you know, what if this is the reality and like what that would mean, and I've ran it for like
Yeah.
Catholicism, right? I've ran it of if Catholic version of Christianity is the legitimate one. One, I firmly believe that the Catholic Church in the Vatican holds a lot of sus shit.
I'm sure.
Not even just records, but I believe if Catholicism is real, that they have the gateway to hell there, and they're like protecting it.
You did say this.
I firmly believe that would be the case if Catholicism is real. Now, I'm not saying that's 100% because I don't know if Catholicism is
What do
right.
we have right now?
An hour 16. But that's just my thoughts. Is like, you know, also if Buddhism's real, that would make a lot of sense because, you know, then reincarnation and it's just all about personal achievement and shit like
I
that.
have such a
And then it's also the freaking, you know, high ass theory
Yeah.
that this is the afterlife.
And we're
that
already in it.
we're already in it.
It's a shitty afterlife, I
that's
would
a
say.
theory. I never even heard.
There's
of
a theory that we're in a
not?
dream.
Why can't it be?
There's a theory that we're in a dream and we're all characters in a
Do you
dream.
think if there was an afterlife that's all about happiness, you would remember it? Like you would remember your past life before it.
I think
Because how could you be truly happy if you had those memories?
well, I think that it might be it automatically implants into you how to accept that
But
happened.
is that taking away your free will? And will you be happy with that outcome?
No, what I want is to just be given everything I could
See,
ever want in my real
That's
life.
one problem with like heaven and all that stuff is that fact. Because if it's making you happy and everything, it's taking away some of your free will. Because how do you not miss the people that are still there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess here's the thing, right? Maybe
Because your emotions are not there, and if they change your emotions, you're not you anymore.
yeah, but here's the thing. Maybe the theory that, you know, ghosts exist is real. But if it is, I don't believe that we can encounter them or anything like that. But I do believe that if that is a thing,
You should watch a show called Good Place.
yeah.
They put it in a really weird like
Like-
they get to this point and they get to the whole thing of like, okay, how do like afterlife? How can we make an actual perfect
yeah.
afterlife? And that's like the end of this.
But I mean, imagine
But
you
it's
die.
interesting that it's literally the heaven thing. It's like everyone's happy and everything, but twist is they're not actually happy.
But, like-
kind of just in a simulation.
But
they just like
yeah.
are taking the happy.
Dude,
place.
imagine you die and then your buddy just pulls the headset off of you at like this insanely advanced arcade that like has the game of life but like so advanced, you know?
Yeah.
And then your buddy like fucking Matt is just like, bro, what'd you
Wouldn't
think?
you lose your shit?
Yeah, well, so there is a theory that one, we are basically in a matrix, but it's not because of like aliens or anything. It's because we became so advanced that we don't know how to feel anymore. So we just put ourselves through this simulation
But we
to
feel
get
pain.
feelings again. No, but like everything's perfect. We've achieved immortal life and everything's boring. So the idea is to put us in a non-boring simulation where we have emotional feeling and attachments and losing and loss and great gain and all that shit. Just so that way.
But
there's-
how do you explain the people that like die at 3 years old?
I guess they just sucked at the game, to be honest, brother. If that is how the reality works.
Yeah, but like, okay.
Because the idea is that you just keep going back
But
into
it's
it.
not. What if it was in the choice? They got a disease or whatever, dead.
Well, maybe that's the point. Is you just keep redoing it and seeing how far you get. You know, over
bring
and
it
I can't even
outcomes
talk
from
about my
Yeah.
opinions on religion because it's just upsetting.
it's so complicated though.
Like I know what I believe in, but I'm not gonna say.
I don't
because
know what I
it
believe in.
just
That's my thing.
pisses
It's like
off.
I don't
Just
know what I
people.
believe. It's complicated for me.
I just really believe that religions are a coping mechanism.
I believe.
Nobody wants to just die and there be nothing. You'd rather have something to believe in, something fun,
Yes, but I
something
think that's
happy.
also easy to say.
Yes.
I
It's just
think
the way I
that
see it.
yeah, I mean that's definitely could be the case,
Yes.
but also that's just easy to just rid off everything.
I mean, I think that's probably the foundation of a lot of religions, or the self betterment and all that shit. Self growth and improvement and shit is probably the foundation of a lot of them. War and prejudice is a foundation of a lot of them. I think a lot of them have reasons as to why they exist that aren't they actually believe it. But I mean, there's some like Hinduism that seems pretty. I don't want to say realistic because some of it's kind of goofy. But like the idea is that you reincarnate until eventually your energy is just absorbed into the universe itself, and then you no longer reincarnate, and that's the end goal, is to do that. And
Yeah, it's brutal though.
it is, and
Because
it's shitty.
It's like millions and millions of years of you
It
doing
is.
that.
It is, and
It's not like
But you don't know.
a couple years.
You don't
ago.
know you're doing it. It's forced upon you.
yeah, and one, if there is an afterlife where you can encounter the higher power or higher powers, I'm definitely squaring up and being like, "Yo, what the fuck was this
Okay,
shit, bro?"
have you ever thought about this? Like, what if some like? Okay, so the what you're saying, right?
Right.
So what if there's a person that's on their like 1,000th life,
Yeah,
but the one other person is just on their first life?
that's true.
How does that work?
What if the people who are like billionaires, like Elon Musk and shit, are the people that have lived so many lives that they've slowly
that
been
they already
granted
know
shit,
what to, like
instinctually.
Their body already has adapted to what to do.
or their
Just see it in
conscience,
the world.
or their conscience has already
And
established
the people that
how
don't do
to
very well and all that stuff is like this is their first,
first,
time
second,
going
or
through
third, or something. You know, like.
and they're just going like just through life and just
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
And then, like, what if the idea is that, okay, maybe not even they instinctually, but maybe it's just their conscience energy knows who to reincarnate into as, like, who's their parents, because this person's lived, like, 500 lives, and they've got things
Yeah.
made, or
Also,
something like that.
their genetics, make them run
Yeah.
faster. Advantages over other people.
Or what if, like, what if when you die, there is an actual, not creation
But it's weird.
system,
If we
but,
ever
like,
figured
you
that
know.
out, if Hinduism was like real, or whatever, or any kind of religion that's like that is real, and you can actually know how many lives,
Yeah.
would you think it would definitely be prejudice?
Yes.
People would treat the person that's on their first life like a fucking idiot,
Yeah.
Yes.
like an infant,
Yes.
and then they would treat the person that's been like through millions of fucking years like a god.
But if those sorts of religions
That's
are real,
almost done.
but if those religions are real, then karma would also be real if it's one of those religions. So
Yes,
treating
and then
someone
it
like
would fuck
shit.
up the whole system. Even
Yeah.
the person that's on a million years
If they're
could start
prejudiced.
over
Because they're
they
prejudiced.
treat them like a god and everything, and then it would go against the religion itself.
Yeah, so part of me wonders if, like, okay, you would basically have to eventually live as just a good person your whole life, you know, and never really fuck up and just do the right thing. And that's eventually probably the end goal for that sort of belief system, is to eventually do the right thing all the time. And I think that is hard expectations to meet.
We're going full on Joe Rogan up in this bitch.
Yeah, we are. It's very fun.
This
Fun.
is a Joe.
We-
This is a Joe Rogan conversation.
We love this shit though.
Yes.
This is the.
I'm down to
meat, man.
continue this at a later date because it is like an hour and 30 or so on there, and it is hot as fuck in this room.
But basically, we just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, and
No, it's fun to. It
is fun.
Because I saw this
It's
video.
fun to pick at.
And it's,
Yes.
it's probably fake, right? More than
Right.
likely. But it was like an alien getting interrogated by military.
yes, I've seen that. It's fake.
Yeah, and but God, does he say all the right stuff? Like if he was actually like a descendant of humankind from that many years ago,
Yeah.
and then he's
Yeah,
come
but they say the right stuff
to
because
warn us.
it's
Yeah, I
a
know.
script, and they thought about this for like.
Because he says
Hours.
the alien says like, oh, you know, we know how the universe was mated. You guys can't comprehend it. The military officer says, "Try me, classic
Yeah.
American," and he's just like, he's like, you know how you've met God, and he's just like, we have no need to believe in those superstitions at this point or these myths. And then he says, death is just a human construct. When you die, you feel all essence of life. You become all essence of life.
Yeah, see, that's corny as shit, and whoever made that video should be ashamed of themselves.
I think it's all right.
I don't know, but that could be definitely. That's literally what you think happens.
No, I think you just reincarnate.
Okay, but you're saying the essence goes into another essence. It's the same thing.
No, but he says you feel all essence of life as like a fucking
It's
expanding,
one
like,
consciousness.
feeling.
That's
Okay,
the
but
egg
if-
theory.
He's saying it's basically the egg theory. It's all one consciousness.
Okay,
Yeah.
what is the end though? Like, okay, so if you're reincarnating over and over again, what's the end?
I don't
If
believe
it's
there
a-
is.
If it's a Hindu.
I don't believe, my personal belief on reincarnation is I don't believe there's an end. I just believe energy has to be reused somehow, and conscience as an energy source is very unique and can't just be recycled and stuff. I think when the universe blows up, yes, until it restarts
it
again.
restarts itself.
Yeah, and I feel
Well, we
like,
blow up with it.
Yeah.
Consciousness, energy, everything.
and then I feel like it takes a while for that energy to slowly reform and everything like that. But I feel like until that moment, no energy's got to be recycled and can't just vanish, you know? Like, I feel like it's one of those things, like, you know, I don't know.
can't
It's just,
touch-
it's a fascinating
You can't
thing.
touch consciousness.
No, you can't.
It's not tangible.
It's a fascinating thing, though, because, I mean, you know.
just how data isn't tangible.
But yeah,
It's
we're
one
able
of-
to use it.
It's one of the craziest pieces of technology that we have that just boggles my
Yeah,
the
explain to
human
me how the
mind.
fucking actual TV works.
How do you take a hard drive? How does a hard drive take a solid piece of metal, something
Yes.
tangible that I can touch and grab, and it grabs something not tangible,
Yes.
data? I can't touch it, I can't feel it, I can't move it. It's grabbing it and
Yeah.
placing
How
it
did
somewhere
the human
else.
being that said if we just put ones and zeros next to each other would
How
actually
does
make cool shit?
data exist? How?
The guy that made that shit has to be the biggest genius to have ever lived.
Well,
Like, how do you just
the real
put some
answer is
stones
it's
and
not
rocks
just one person.
together?
It's built off of over and over again.
Yeah, but the person that first came up with the concept must have been like
But
an
it
actual
probably
genius.
wasn't just a concept. It probably was this one guy created this one thing, made one single bit
Yeah.
or whatever, and then
You made a rock
that-
spark from another
yeah,
rock.
yeah, or whatever, and then they built off of that over and over again, and then they stumbled upon it. I don't know if they came up with it, you know. I don't think
Yeah.
one guy's just like, you know what if we made a thing that's like this does this.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
It's probably this thing worked, and they're like,
Yeah.
wow, wait, but what if I tweak it a little bit?
Yeah, that's true.
And what if I do this? Oh wait, this is happening.
That's true.
And I don't know how this works, but let's just keep moving. And
I'm
that's
just
what
saying.
I think that's just how.
But
it
when you
happens.
really think about it, though, how is it physically possible?
I don't know.
How is
No,
it
I
physically
don't. I
possible?
doubt they might.
Because they
know.
can't
Yeah.
explain it.
They
this
might
is
not
what
know
I'm saying.
themselves,
This is what I'm saying.
is what he's
it's
saying.
Where it started and where we're at now. I don't think people understand what the fuck.
He's
is
saying that they
happening.
just discovered it and realized we can make it work, but he doesn't understand how it fundamentally exists.
It's like having.
So how did we find
Might
out
wanna-
that
if you,
yeah.
if
How
you
did it-
gave someone like a cell phone, like in the 50s or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're confused.
they'll be confused. They don't know how it works. But in a couple years,
I mean, a camera is
Couple
crazy.
decades,
in a
there were
couple
concepts.
decades, we'll understand. Okay, this works. I don't understand how this works, but we can build off of this.
Okay,
Yeah.
And we already have the technology there.
Even as simple as we can, like recording a wavelength, a sound.
Yes.
Like I said, I
What?
don't think they really understand it. I don't think
But,
anyone on
but
this planet.
data, but
I don't
data is the
think
biggest
they-
thing. Because how did we realize? Oh, it's doing something.
I'm also
How
wondering
did
how
we
they just
realize
This
came.
planet right now understands exactly how we got to here.
I'm also wondering though, how did the first person realize that there's invisible forces, and then how did the person that that learned that after that come to realize that so we can
Yeah, if it's
capture
invisible,
invisible
how
forces?
is
You
it
know?
possible? If
Well,
you
we
can't
went off
touch
of
it.
sound.
If you can't touch it, how is it possible?
We started with sound,
And then a light.
and then we figured out how to record that sound,
Yes.
and then we just kept moving forward after that. Electricity causes a spark. Then it just happens.
The person
I
that
don't know,
actually
and that's what
discovered-
I just don't think anyone knows.
Data is the biggest thing. I can kind of grab my head around light and sound. It's data itself. How did we look at it and go,
There's
yo, it's doing something, but it's not doing
thousands of pages.
anything. It's not doing
Millions.
anything. It's a piece of metal grabbing air.
Listen, there's millions of pages of research and everything that there's no one human being would know all of it. I just don't believe that.
That's crazy. Like to think how far we've become, it's crazy, and we're not even that far.
I think humans get taught a certain thing, and then they just
If you told
do
me
that thing over and over again, something else happens.
We've got anti-gravity cars now because we got anti-gravity on like the moon or
It's like how
something, or it was on a
science
different
works.
planet. It's
It's-
like, all right,
it's
cool.
theory.
We found the properties.
Yes.
We found the resources. We got all this shit from this planet.
It is crazy. But I think
Data is not a real thing.
but I think that is a cool place to end it. I'm sweating buckets.
It is. I love this shit though. I love
is fun
these are the
just to
conversations
talk
I
about.
have
yeah,
with my
I
dad.
contemplated about that kind of stuff. I'm just like,
Yes.
how did this one person
No,
figure out
data-
that? But yeah, I just think it's just a collective of humanity working towards. They don't even know what they were working
Data
towards.
has
and
been
they
the
just
eventually
stumbled
seen.
upon
for
it.
me.
I think it's just someone.
That's probably the realistic way that it happened, is just
Like
stumbling.
fire, I don't think that the cavemen were trying to make fire. I think they accidentally did it,
Yeah.
and then oh my gosh,
Whoa,
there's fire.
I don't think they first made it. I think lightning struck.
Well, yeah, and they probably
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it.
and then they're like, how can we do that
Yeah.
though? How can we create?
Or and then
that?
someone accidentally hit a flint with another rock or something, created
Yeah,
a
and then it
spark.
just happened.
Yeah,
It just
eventually.
happened. Or they're rubbing a stick together and they're like, this is getting hot.
Yes, but that is
And then
so
it
much
just
more
happens.
believable. Why? Because you can see it and
Yes.
you can touch it.
Yes, but by this point, it's been thousands of years. So if you take up all that time to make the fire, then you go to here, step by step, you get to here.
It's just insane.
But
And now we
yeah,
have
but
a
it's
telescope that can see
I
galaxies.
do
and-
think,
It's cool.
What?
the jump from 20 years ago to now is pretty significant
Pretty significant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
in terms of humanity in a whole.
We're at holographic display. That's air.
It is crazy. Like the 2000s to 2023 is crazy what we can.
Yeah,
Like
I
we've
know,
been
it's
able to
insane.
project light in a three-dimensional, like.
It is
piece.
insane. We were able to do some Star Wars shit.
Now was only like
Help me, Obi-Wan
50
Kenobi.
years
50,
ago.
60, well, probably
Well,
probably 80 at this point, because it was like the
19
60s, 50s, so 80 to 90 at this point.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, probably like 70 in the high.
70
70
in
in
the
the high, but
highs.
that's less than 100 years.
Yes, it is
That's
less than 100
years. That amount of time frame up to now.
Yes, it's insane.
Is insane.
And I am excited for the future of tech while we're alive to see
I
what
do
happens.
Think also,
It's gonna be
in
used
terms of
against
that-
us,
In
though.
terms of that idea,
We're
that
just
they
gonna
stumbled
fuck
upon it and
ourselves
stuff like
up.
that,
Yeah.
I think they do, and I don't think it's like one step and they move the same amount of steps
Yes.
forward. I think big discoveries
Yes.
happen,
And
and
it-
it
it-
opens the door wide enough.
Yeah,
to
it
do
makes
way
makes
bigger.
massive
And
pushes
I
at a
think in
time.
the last 100 years, we opened a huge door
Yes.
that we had a lot more opportunities to make.
Yes, we've had a technological revolution
But
over the
back
past
then,
100
yeah,
years.
but back then they didn't open the door wide enough. Yet.
Yes,
I mean, geez, we made the Raspberry Pi, and that was it.
that was crazy.
We've went from there.
But
Yeah, but we can do that.
Yeah, we'll end it there. We'll
This turned into-
this can
we
turn into
we
a-
are gonna talk about this shit
all the time.
all the time. We love this shit, man. This is what we feed on. Like, oh my god, it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Even better
I
on
think everyone
shrooms.
likes talking about this kind of stuff.
It's because it's the
Okay.
unknown.
But yeah, exactly. And you're not going to get a definitive answer, and I think that's what the fun part
It
is.
is
Yeah. Like
And
after
and
we
also-
watched Interstellar, dude, I had to take like 100 steps.
To end this off, would you ever want the answers to these questions?
Yes.
Like definitively. What's the
Yes.
fun of it then?
Before I die, why not?
No. Yes, I want to know.
Do you want definitively? This is how this works.
Yes.
I would be
You'll be
curious.
boring at that point.
Not for me.
What's the point of the discovery?
I'm gonna die. It doesn't matter,
What's the point
Josh.
of discovery?
It's not about the discovery. It's about I only know that I have one life at right now, and I would like to know before I die.
Yeah.
Before you die, you had a second life.
I'm saying like if I would like to know
I
what's
know
going to
nothing
happen.
now. We know nothing now except for this.
I don't think I do. Because I don't think you're gonna like the answer.
No, probably not. But I would rather know that. The answer's
Nobody
awful.
likes the answer.
Well, because also if you get an answer of no, it is just nothingness, then you can 100% say, yes, fuck it, I'm taking every risk to make my life better 100% of the time
Yes, but
because.
that could be. You could risk your life and then you die sooner than.
No, I'm not saying risk your life. I'm saying take risks of like, yes, this job that could ruin my life, but the reward would be great if it goes well. You would take that risk a significant amount more.
You would always look at your as a clock running down.
Well, that's all life is.
Yeah, but that's what atheists look at it as now, and some atheists are mega
And I don't
successful.
know if I don't know if atheists are mega serious.
Whatever the answer
I
is,
feel like
not
we
like
do
we can
think something,
comprehend it,
you know?
not like we would all accept it.
I think a lot of atheists don't really believe that there's nothing exact like at all, and that's it. I think that they have a little bit of part of them that's just like, but what if?
Well, that's all a trust factor. That's
You
how
know?
much you just trust the person
You
of
know?
what they really believe in.
Like it's. I think there's something in like all of humanity that's there's a little bit of like hope.
There's a hope.
That there's another thing.
There's a hope, but whether they actually believe in that hope is a different question.
Yes.
Yes, but if you have that little hope, you do have a little tiny part of you that you think that it's possible.
I mean, not necessarily true. I mean, you can believe that it's just not real, but that you just hope that it is, you know. Because you're just like, well, I don't want it to be awful.
Well, that's why I would
It
call
is.
myself a hopeful agnostic, because like, sure, that'd be dope if something was there in the like an afterlife.
Yeah,
but
I would be
don't really
happy.
think there
I would
is.
be happy if there's literally any afterlife where I could keep my consciousness.
Yeah, I think that's where it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
think
don't
I
think
think
you
the most
will
likely
ever keep your
situation
consciousness.
You won't.
Yeah.
You'll never keep your consciousness.
Because it's weird. Like everyone around us now, if you think of reincarnation, why don't they remember their past lives?
No, yeah, I know. But if I believe in reincarnation, even though it's not the one I want to believe in, it's the one that reasonably in my brain makes the most sense out of the ones we know of and have theorized about. But it's like, obviously, I'd prefer if I just get whatever I wanted when I died because I was like a decent person or some shit. That'd be pretty cool. But like, that's not realistic. So
No, it's not.
It's the furthest from realistic.
It
and
also depends on what do you think is a good person.
it's true. I mean, I would like to think I'm a pretty swell guy. I work with kids.
Yeah.
I've made them happy
Yeah,
enough
if you're
to
Christian.
care about me and love me.
Being gay is not good.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about that. I mean, gay people are pretty cool.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
are.
I mean, it's just because they like a different hole than me don't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, they
I
probably like
think
the
there's
same.
ways to skirt around being Christian and not being like.
There is, but I mean,
Gay people are bad.
I mean, there
That's
is.
not how you thought years ago.
No, I never said that every Christian are against gays.
I would say things, and you'd be like, "You're not Christian."
What?
There was certain things I'd say and what I believe.
Can we-
Not
Like,
against.
you're not
Not
Christian.
against.
I'm just gonna
not-
say, can we end it? I'm
Not
sweating.
against
Yeah, well,
homosexuality.
We'll end it here. Because we're already probably roughly 2 hours.
We're around an hour,
I
35,
never
hour
said that.
40.
I
huh?
did say that. Yeah, certain things that you said and believe in. Yes, it's not really Christian. But
Yeah. Don't believe there was a burning bush.
Well, there was a burning bush, all right.
Yeah, a burning bush of ayahuasca.
Something.
Anyways, we'll end it there. Been good. Good topics. Fun times.
We can bring
there
this
will
up
be
again.
more of the Joe Roganness, always.
Yes.
Turn the fries gay. Anyways.
you know that there's actually
Oh my! Please shut the fuck up. I want to get out of this.
You want a
room.
cliffhanger?
no, but there are some stuff towards that theory. Not that they are at all gay.
But its
or whatever.
chemicals are affecting hormones.
Yeah.
Ah,
There's actual science behind that. It's not as crazy as you think.
But it's
when you look into it.
chemicals dumped into the water that is affecting hormones and shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past me.
but you can actually research it. It's not. It's
not
crazy,
but it's not
crazy
insane
to just say
shit.
that statement and just like not have anything to back it
Yes.
up. But there is stuff to back up it, at least into some factor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, before Will floods our studio in sweat,
Yeah,
let's
I
get
see.
out of here. I
Yeah,
hope you
alright.
guys enjoyed the podcast. It's been Boneheads, episode 7. I've been Nathan.
I've been Will.
Hi. Goodbye.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.